So, Kiana Casey, 30-year-old Kiana Casey of Southwest Philadelphia, was charged with third-degree murder involving a 3-year-old in her care. Foster care, foster homes, and death. The 3-year-old suffered fatal blunt force injuries. Fatal blunt force injuries. Foster care, foster homes, foster parents, death, killings, right? Fatal blunt force injuries. Why would a 3-year-old endure no, why would a 3-year-old endure fatal blunt force injuries and then die 3 years old? Who would put their hands on a 3-year-old? Fatal blunt force injuries. Beating so bad where a 3-year-old dies. I'll ask more on that in a bit. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery Channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery Channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as the ID Go app. You might want to get those two things combined and make them into one. And I'm a Discovery influencer. That's indeed a fact. So, Casey, she's been charged also with child endangerment, right? Tampering with evidence and witness intimidation. That's recorded by court documents. Charged with child endangerment, tampering with evidence, and witness intimidation. That's a lot of charges pertaining to foster care. Foster care. Child endangerment. Right. Okay, so before the death of the 3-year-old, right? The 3-year-old received kinship care. Kinship care. It's through foster services, through Department of Human Services. There should be more pertaining to kids that are in the care of foster parents, foster mothers, foster services, and all the rest, the background checks and all the rest. No 3-year-old dies the way the 3-year-old that fatal blunt force. Right. Something must be wrong if a 3-year-old went from one home to another home and then was killed. The 3-year-old was placed with Kiana Casey because Casey knew the family of the victim. Sounds like both homes of the 3-year-old, something was wrong on the end of both homes of the 3-year-old. So the 3-year-old lived in one home and then was placed in another home, but then got killed in the other home. Background checks and all the rest. Something's wrong with that. 3-year-olds being killed. Background checks? Not thorough enough or something? That's to ask why the 3-year-old, pertaining to the home, how she was taken out of one home and placed in another home. Just because someone knows the family doesn't mean that that person was a perfect fit for raising the child. Because if the child was killed, it says that, it shows that. Why was the child removed from the first home and then placed in the second home? You wouldn't remove a child from the first home over abuse and then put her in another home where she's abused, where she's killed. Oh, so they must, pertaining to child services and foster care, they must have thought the second individual was a perfect fit or something more so than the child's family. I wonder, I'm sure the child probably did better in the home, the first home, than the second home. Even her family didn't kill her. Right. I wonder what happened in the first home with the family. Was she neglected? Was she not fed? What was the issue pertaining to removal of the child from the first home? I'm sure the child would have been alive. I'm sure she would still be alive if she was still with her family. If the abuse wasn't that bad, if there were any abuse within the home, the first home with the family, right? Something occurred or something for the child to be taken out the home to be placed with some family friend, right? I'm sure the child would still be alive. I'm sure the family wouldn't have killed the child. I'm sure whatever happened probably wasn't as bad as the second home, murdering the child. I sense that. How you be a family to a 3 year old, and then your child is either placed in another home or taken from you or something pertaining to either neglect or something. Something went wrong or something within the first home where the child was placed in another home or something, and I'm sure that the family holds regret or something. I'm sure. Ella sense that. The regret or something on the end of the first home family of the child. Well, she didn't die in the hands of our hands, the family of the child. She died in another home. Then that makes you consider all your choices, makes you think of all your choices as in what you could have did better, what you should have did better. Choices. When children are killed and murdered. And they're your children. When they're your children and not somebody else's children. When somebody else kills your child. Somebody else who claimed to be a family friend who knew the family. I'm sure they're not friends with the lady anymore who killed the 3-year-old, the family. The excommunication, I'm sure, is what the family probably did. Somebody kill your 3-year-old, would you still remain family friends with them? Or maybe she was put in the second home because maybe the family sensed that maybe she could care for the young child better than them or something. InvestigationDiscovery.com. Logo is at the far left. No, that's enough for parents to have all type of regret. Wait a minute, my child was put in another home and the child is killed. Or what could I have did better as a mother or father? Could I have did anything better as a parent or whoever the child was raised by? Yeah, you feel regrets. So, dear viewers, let me know what you think and feel about the video. What could have happened? These days, people have kids, raise them all type of ways, and then the kids get taken away from the adults. Some people don't have parenting skills. That's how kids become abused or beat on and all the rest. So, dear viewers, let me know once again what you think and feel about the video. May you enjoy your day. I'll in fact enjoy mine, and I'm gone for now. 1.